Alright guys, hey there, it's Hellblade, and I'm doing a bit more of a serious video in this discussion today, so I would appreciate it if you could watch the entirety of this video. If you're busy, or if you've got plans today, or if you're doing something else, then what I recommend is that you save this video, come back to it, and watch it a bit later on when you're less busy, because the topics that I'm going to talk about might concern you. So it's important that you watch this entire thing. I do apologise that it's rather long, but there are a lot of things I want to talk about, and I would appreciate it if you could watch the full video. I know it's long, I know it's tedious, but there are certain things that I need to address here. And before this video begins, I just want to say, if you are predominantly part of the YouTube community and you don't have Discord, then this video doesn't concern you. Just thought I would say that. But if you're in the Discord server, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And these problems need to stop because they're getting very much out of hand. Over these past few weeks, there have been a few incidences which have taken quite a drastic and dark turn, which we don't want. I'm going to try and refrain from making any sort of jokes in this video, any other sort of like laughable moments like memes or anything. I'm not going to do that in this video. It's going to be an entire video of just me talking to the camera. And occasionally there might be things that pop up on the screen that show evidence of stuff, but there might not be for everything. So just thought I would say that as well. Anyway, let's get to it. The first point I want to talk about is that we need to stop initiating toxicity within my server. As a community, we want to be a welcoming and, nice place to be. We want people to join. We want to welcome them with open arms. We don't want to start pinging them, saying stupid shit the moment that they join the server, because it's unneeded. Yeah, they've joined the server. They clearly want to be part of the community. So let's welcome them in. Let's say to them, hello, welcome to the Blade Hub. Thank you for being a part of this server, and we hope you like it here. Something as simple as that, right? Because that is how you keep community members. Do you know how many people in my community we have driven away because of toxicity? I'm not going to be mentioning any names during this video, by the way, but I'll make some references. Yesterday, I had a person in my DMs tell me they left the server because it was toxic. I had somebody leave in October because it was toxic. I had an ex of mine and her friends leave because it was toxic. And then I had somebody before that leave because it was toxic. How many more chances do we need to take, or do I need to give you for you to understand that toxicity isn't the way around this? I'm not saying you can't have a joke with people. I'm not saying you can't have a laugh. But if somebody doesn't like what you're doing to them, then that should be your hint to stop. You do not carry on trying to piss people off, because that's not the way to go about it. I want the Blade Hub to be a place which is friendly, which is welcoming, which is heartwarming. A place where we can talk about things, and as a community, we can work together to solve it. That's what I want. I don't want a community that constantly pings people for no reason, constantly spams people with toxicity for no reason, just acts up and behaves inappropriately for no reason. Because there are certain individuals that will do this. And like I said, I'm not mentioning any names because that isn't fair. But there are certain people that do this. And once we stop doing this, we can make the community a better place. It's not so bad on the YouTube aspect of things. It's more bad on the Discord side of things. I want it to stop. There's so many channels in my Discord server, so many places you can talk in. There's a Pokemon channel, a Smash channel, a Mario Kart channel, a Persona channel, a Minecraft channel. There's many more, right? Any games you want to talk about, you can talk in those channels. The only arguments that I allow in my Discord server are from the debate lounge, because you actually have to argue to debate your point across. That's fine, I allow that. But any other place where there's no random arguments being sparked, it doesn't need to happen. So can we stop doing it? Stop initiating toxicity, be diplomatic, create a friendly approach. I apologise if this chair is squeaking a lot, by the way. I didn't realise it was this fucking squeaky. But, yeah. Stop initiating toxicity. Because I don't want people hitting me up in my DMs telling me they're uncomfortable with being in my server because of certain individuals. If somebody has left the server, or if somebody is feeling a little bit out of place, do not then slag them off behind their back in front of everybody. Because that's not cool. You wouldn't like that if it was you. You know, I had an incident yesterday where somebody in my server left, and immediately, as soon as they left, somebody in the server started slating them, putting up pictures of things that they had said. You know, there's no need for that. Why are we doing that? I'm not saying you can't have a joke and a laugh. Of course you can, but you can have it to an extent. You know, there's a difference between joking and a difference between bullying. Yeah? If it's a joke, if it's a one-time thing, then it's a joke. If it's a consistent thing, then it's bullying. I need you guys to understand that. Joking and bullying are not the same thing. If somebody doesn't like it, then it's your duty to stop. Nobody else's. I have given people multiple chances to change their ways in this server. And I'm now standing on business. So I'm going to talk about the plans for the future after this point. So what's going to happen from now on is, if somebody is toxic for a brief period of time, or they keep on doing it, you'll get timed out. That's your first warning. If you do it again, you then get kicked. That's your second warning. And if you do it a third time, you get banned and you're not coming back. This is the precautions that I am taking from this day forwards. Because I am sick to death of the constant toxicity that is being produced in my server. It's like poison. Being in my server at the moment is like drinking a whole vial of poison. It's that bad. And I don't want that for anybody that's in there. Obviously, this doesn't concern everybody. There are some people that are happy being in the server and that do like talking in there. But I'm talking about the frequent Discord users that just seem to make the place a little bit unhappy with where it is at the moment. So all I'm going to say is, let's work together as a community to stop this from happening. Because we can. We haven't got to initiate random people and start slating them and pissing them off and all that sort of thing. We're driving people away from this community when we should be doing the opposite. That's what we're doing. The people that are of higher stature in the server are what make the server. If they act like bellends and assholes, that's the vibe they're going to give the Discord server. That's the vibe they're going to give it. Oh, don't join the Blade Hub, it's full of toxic assholes. We don't want that vibe. I'm trying to make a community on YouTube and Discord that people want to be a part of. And I can't do that if I've got certain people acting up consistently. It's not fair on me, and it's not fair on everybody else that is trying to create something good for themselves. So if you are one of those people, I just want you to think about the problems and the issues that you could be causing other people by consistently being a certain way. Just think about it. That's all I want you to do. Just think about it. Because people don't have a personality of being an arsehole. There is no natural arsehole personality. That doesn't exist. Yeah, you choose to be an arsehole. All right? That's a choice. That's not something you were assigned with at birth. Being an arsehole is a choice. So be an arsehole in the right situation, not the wrong situation. Don't drive the people away that are good in the server and keep the people in that are bad. Just remember that. Point number 2. Stop abusing mod. If you are a moderator on my YouTube or my Discord, or both if you're lucky, then that means I have trusted you enough to moderate the Discord server or the YouTube live chat when I'm not able to. For example, if I'm running errands in the background of a YouTube live stream and I can't be at the chat, I expect my moderators that are there to moderate the chat for me whilst I'm in the background. And there is usually, and most of the time, there is always a moderator present on one of my YouTube live chats. So that's fine. YouTube, I'm not really concerned about. What I'm concerned about in this aspect is Discord. Because the moderators in my Discord abuse their powers no end. No end. Certain individuals abuse their power of moderator. I've got one of my moderators, the moment he comes online, creates and initiates arguments with other moderators or other people. I don't want that to continue anymore. If you do that, you'll be getting banned for good, right? I've got other moderators who are, like I mentioned earlier, banning people at random, kicking people out at random, not solving problems when there are genuinely people that are concerned about stuff, yeah? Not timing people out that are causing problems, kicking people out of VCs if you don't want to talk to them, moving to other VCs when you've had enough of somebody. Like the last one's okay. If you've had enough of someone, you can switch VCs, right? But do not kick somebody out of a VC because you don't want to talk to them. What gives you the right to do that? What gives you the right as a moderator to remove somebody from a call for no reason? Oh, because they're annoying you, or because you're not in the mood to deal with them. Well, then move somewhere else then. Well, then go to a different voice chat. There's plenty in my server. You haven't got to stick with that one person. There's plenty of people in my Discord server that you can talk to. And there's plenty of voice channels in my Discord server that you can be in. Just because somebody's in the one channel that you don't want to be in doesn't give you the right to then remove them from the VC. One of my moderators keeps kicking his friend out from the Discord server and he keeps rejoining back. And there's about 15 or 20 occurrences of his name in hub entry where he's come back. The first time that's a joke. And he may not find it annoying. He might find it entertainment. But I don't find it funny. I'm starting to get a bit tired of and bored of it now. It's the same thing over and over again. Can we just start being more mature about the situation? Because there's no reason to be like this. We don't need to be like this. Just be mature about the situation. I give my moderators trust. I give my moderators power. But from now on, if any of my moderators abuse their power in the wrong way, they will lose it instantly. Because I am fed up with random people being kicked that have done nothing. Random people being banned that have done nothing. You're abusing your power of moderator. And this isn't what we want. People should be coming to you. You have to understand that as moderators, you shape the server. You create the server and make it what it is. If you act like a narcissistic and toxic arsehole, that is the vibe that you give everybody else that joins the server. That is the vibe that you give. Moderators shape the Discord server. And it's important that we, as a community, value our moderators in the appropriate way. But the moderators have to behave appropriately for that to be the case. Now, I'm not saying that it's entirely my moderator's fault. There have been incidences where I haven't acted up, and I do apologise on that behalf. There have been incidences where I could have stepped in and stopped something, but I didn't. Okay? I'm not just blaming you guys here, I'm blaming myself as well. There are occurrences where I have done wrongdoing, and I'll admit that. But I'm not predominantly the problem. Yeah? I'm not initiating things every day. I'm not causing people to have arguments every day. Fair enough, I might disagree with some smash opinions, or there might be arguments we have over tier lists that someone's made. But that's fine, because that isn't regular toxicity. That's just a debate. Understand the difference between a debate and an argument. A debate is when you look at somebody's point at face value, you don't necessarily disagree with that point, but you also don't agree with it, and you're debating against the point, right? That's what you do. You debate against each other's points of view. Whereas an argument is just you being against that person's point of view. And you're not even considering the fact that actually they could be right. That's when it becomes an argument. So understand that. A debate isn't an argument. A debate is an exchange of points of view. An argument is basically a quarrel over a point that you disagree with. Because debating is fun. I think debating is quite fun. I like debating some of my friends in my Discord server, especially some of my moderators. It's great fun to debate if, like, Peach is better than Daisy, or if Steve's the best character in the game, or if DDD is better than Little Mac, or something like that. And it's fun because it's nice to express your point of view, I think. But what I don't appreciate is the arguments. Because there seems to be a lot of them recently. Now, obviously, there's going to be incidences where we do argue. I'm not saying that there's not going to be occurrences where we don't argue. There's going to be situations where we argue. There's going to be situations where we fall out and we have, you know, oh, I don't want to talk to you, or this sort of thing. I'm going to leave the server and then come back in 2 days. That's going to happen, right? I'm not saying there's going to be an entirely toxic-free server. There's going to be moments where that occurs, but I don't want the moments to constantly occur. And I hope this video opens up people's eyes at least, and we actually get to the crux of the problem here and decide, actually, maybe I am causing problems here for people. I want to stop this. Because it's not fair on me, who has to get the stick end of the shit because of problems that other people have caused. I don't want people DMing me, telling me to deal with my moderators because my moderators aren't dealing with their issues. As a moderator, you're going to have to go against people you like. If your friend is a moderator and one of the lower people in the server, as it has a lower role, is feeling uncomfortable by what a moderator has done, then it is your duty to go against your friend and tell them, actually, you're in the wrong here. You need to stop doing that. Because the moment you stick with your friend, that's what creates the toxic environment. When you're a moderator, you're not with anybody. You're just doing your moderator roles. Yeah? If you're a moderator, you have to be safe and you have to cater and understand every single person's point of view if they come to you with a problem. And I'm not saying that not all of my mods do that. I've got some really, really good mods in my Discord server that do that. But here's what's happening for the future. If you are still moderator, after this video, or during this video if you want to check, then congratulations. I have trusted you enough to stick with the moderator role. I truly believe that you have got what it takes to be a good and fair moderator. But if you were mod before this video, and now you're not, then that should be your wake-up call, that you were part of the problem, that you were the reason why a lot of this shit is happening. And I want you to be aware of that. Because it's not fair. It really is not fair to be like this. A moderator is somebody that the community members should be able to trust at all times. If you are somebody who is a moderator in the server in the future and you are acting up, I'll give you one warning. The second time you do it, you lose your mod role. And that is factual. Because I'm sick and tired of my moderators not doing their job properly because they want to stick up for their friends or they want to defend their friends. Problems are a serious thing. So we need to address them at face value. Here's my next point. Stop creating arguments with specific people in the server. It is the most unneeded thing to occur, right? It's completely unneeded. If you don't like somebody in my Discord server, then what you need to do is come to me in DMs and say to me, I don't like this person, right? And what I'll say to you is, okay, do you want me to deal with this accordingly, or do you want to take a moment to step away from the server and take a break from things and reflect? If you say yes, that's your choice. I respect that. But what I would suggest is in fact this. Do you want me to find a peace treaty between both of you so you can come to a conclusion? Because I want everybody to get along, right? So if there's two people that genuinely don't like each other in the server, and they're causing arguments and creating toxicity and making the place a bad place to be, both of you come to me, I will make a group with myself and the person that you don't like and you, right? And what I'll do is I will get both people in DMs to express their point of view about why they're frustrated with that person. It could be that they're constantly picking on them. They're moaning about certain games that they play. They're just genuinely annoying them and bullying them, right? And then I'll get the other person's point of view to see what they think. And then once I've got both people's points of view, I will then find a middle ground and get to the crux of the problem. And hopefully then I will be able to restore and get these people to be talking to each other and liking each other again. I'm going to find the root of the problem, essentially. So instead of picking on individual people when you get into the server because you don't like them, or you think to yourself, oh, you know what, fuck it, I fancy an argument. Let me go into the Blade Hub, into L-Blade server, ping some random person that I don't like, and just start an argument because I feel like it. Don't do that. If this person is genuinely annoying you, like I said, come to me. After all, I am the server owner. I want things to be okay. So if there's a genuine problem that you have with somebody, let me know so that I can deal with it accordingly. Now, if you don't want me to make a group with that person, then fine, I won't. I will deal with the situation in a more appropriate way, in a way that you feel comfortable. After all, you're the one coming to me, right? So I want you guys to be the ones to tell me what your issue is with that person. And by the way, if it's an issue that you've got with me, by all means tell me. Don't hide it from me. If there's a problem that you've got with me, I want you to tell it to me, to my face, in a message. I want you to say, L-Blade, you're making me uncomfortable doing this. Can you please stop? And I'll say, okay, fair enough. If that's genuinely making you feel a certain way, I will stop doing it. Because I'm not just saying that it has to be other people in my server. It can be me as well. So just let that sink in. But ultimately, I want to be the person that resolves the majority of situations. Let's just say one person doesn't like somebody else because they play Min, right? And this other person says, well, actually, I like playing Min. I've played their gaming franchise for a while, right? And these two people have constantly been at it, right? And so then I think to myself, okay, right, maybe then, let me think about this in a logical way. They like Min, they don't like Min. Let me understand the reasons why they don't like Min and why they do like Min. Oh, I like Min because I've played her gaming franchise. Oh, I don't like Min because I've lost several fights to her in Smash. Both of which are reasonable arguments. But I will find a middle ground as to say, okay, well, they don't like Min because they've lost a few games in Smash. That doesn't mean they don't like you. What that just means is they don't like your character choice, which is completely fair. But if they don't like your character choice, then that means that you don't get the right to tell them that they shouldn't play that character. Just because you don't like that character doesn't mean you should hate them for it, right? Ultimately, they like that gaming franchise. Whereas if you don't, that's completely fine. But there should never be a reason where you take a dig at somebody for liking something else. That's what I would say. That's the reasoning that I would take. Because I want to help people get together, be friendly, and create an environment which is happy and safe for other people. That's what I want. So instead of creating arguments with certain people in the server, come to me and I will sort it out. That's what I want to do. Because it's happened way too much in the server recently. You know, I get people, like, random people, as soon as they leave the server, you've got somebody behind their back slagging them off. Like, there's no need for that. We don't need to do that. Why are we doing that? You know, okay, you don't like their character choice. Fair enough. That doesn't give you the right to then slate them. Like, I want to put a stop to that as soon as possible. Because obviously I'm well aware that there are certain people in the server that don't like one another. That's completely fine. But in future, what's happening is I'm accepting everybody into the server that wants to join. Unless they're a complete arsehole, of course, right? But understand here that there are rules being set and put in place. People are allowed to be in the server whether you like them or not, right? If they cause any problems, fine, they can go. But everybody is allowed to be in this server. We're not excluding certain people because you have problems with them. I don't have a problem with them. You don't run the server, I do. So therefore, what I say stands. If you don't like them, then you come to me as a respective moderator or as a respective friend of mine and say, I don't like this person. They've done this to me in the past, and so on and so forth. I'll say, okay, don't worry. I'll ask them about that. I'll hit them up on that and see what they say about it. But then if that person shows me legit evidence that there's something against them that's happened before, then fair enough. I'll remove them immediately and say, sorry, but, you know, you've caused problems to one of my moderators in the past. I'm afraid you can't be here. I don't want an argument sparking because of it. So, you know, in future, everybody that wants to be a part of the server is allowed to be there. So what's happening is everyone's getting unbanned, unless there's certain people that I know that really should stay banned, of which I will not name. There's certain individuals that I'm not naming that are staying banned. But besides that, everyone else that shouldn't be banned is getting unbanned. Because this is the way I want it. I want everybody to get along and be just themselves and have fun being where they are and doing what they do. That's all that I need. That's all that needs to happen. Because we don't need to sit here and create arguments for no reason with certain specific people if you don't like them. You know, because not only that, if you do that, then people start taking sides with who they want to favour. Oh, I'm going to take sides with him. He's a closer friend than mine. I'm going to take sides with him. He's a better friend to me. And then you create one massive argument across the whole server, which we don't need. So like I said, if there's a problem you've got in the future with somebody else, come to me. My solution will be to make a group where we can deduct the problems for each person, come down, break them apart, and find a resort in the middle where both people become friendly with each other. Or if you don't want that, you can message me privately in DMs talking about the incident, and in both situations I will be there to clarify and understand your point of view and then find a peace treaty between both of you. That's what's going to happen in the future. Hopefully you guys agree with that and think that's a suitable thing to do, because I certainly do. Next point. Stop taking digs at people's character choices. There are a reason why people choose to play certain characters. And whether you don't like that is a problem that you have and you need to fix it, right? That's a problem that you've got. Just because somebody plays Sonic, or they play Zelda, or they play Sora, or they play Hero, or they play Donkey Kong, it doesn't matter. If that person likes playing that character, they are entitled to play them, whether you like that or not. So let's not go on to a YouTube stream and say, oh, why do people play that character? They're so boring. Look at their moveset. Look at what they do. Oh, but you still play them. Oh, they're so boring. Like, okay, you find them boring. You're allowed to think that. But keep your opinion to yourself. Yeah? Because there's been plenty of times where I have thought to myself, or I've said, okay, I don't like this character. But that doesn't mean I should hate the person for it. Yeah? Like, there's certain people that play Sonic in my Discord server. There's certain people that play Wario. I don't hate them for that character. I hate the character, but I don't hate the person for the character. That's a different thing. You're allowed to hate the character. I'm not saying you can't hate the character. If you hate Sonic, that's fine. You hate Sonic. I understand he's an annoying prick. Yeah, I get it. In Smash, he's annoying as fuck to fight. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that gives you the right to then hate the person for playing that character. That doesn't give you the right to do that. Yeah? Like, the other day I had somebody playing Steve on my stream. The amount of shit that this person got because they were playing Steve. Why? Why are they getting shit for playing Steve? Character choices are a personal preference. There could be a reason behind it. Maybe they like the original game franchise that character comes from. They might like the design of the character. They might like the fact that character's in the game. There's many reasons why somebody likes a character. They could even like the gaming franchise. Yeah? It does not mean you get the right to tell them they can't play that character. I've actually had someone before in my stream who was so annoyed by the fact that someone was playing a certain character, they asked them to switch. Why are you asking somebody to switch characters? What gives you the right to make someone do that? Oh, I don't like you playing Byleth. Switch to Greninja, a shittier character, so I can win. It's like, I don't get it. If you've got a problem with the character, fine. Don't have a problem with the person. We all need to be friends. We all need to get along. And yes, certain people's mains annoy me. Certain people's mains annoy you. I don't like Wario. Doesn't mean I have a right to get annoyed by the person playing them. You know, it's such common sense. And it's so stupid that people actually get worked up over this stuff. Like, it really is. It's so daft. Like, why are we sitting here getting worked up over what somebody's doing? It makes no sense to me. Like, I genuinely don't understand why that is the thing that happens. I really, really don't. So it needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. Because if it doesn't stop, then I'm going to put a stop to it. And I'm going to time that person out. I'm going to say, you don't have a right to mock people for their character choice. Hating somebody or not liking somebody because of a character choice is the pettiest thing you can do as a person. It really, really is. It genuinely is. So we need to stop doing that for future reference and actually think, okay, I do like this person, I just don't like their character choice. Think about that, because it's important in the long run. And I understand that if you lose to that character in a 1v1 or a doubles match or whatever, there's going to be that brief period of annoyance where you're annoyed with the character. Don't start hating on the person for it. So just reflect on that. Stop hating on people's character choices. They are allowed to like who they want. End of the story. You can't change that. Okay, this next point really annoys me, which I'm glad I'm bringing up in this video, right? Please stop complaining about the games that are being streamed. And what I specifically mean here is the streams for TSS. So if anyone doesn't know what TSS is, basically the Sunday stream is a thing that that's been going on my channel since, 2023, right? Basically, the TSS is I stream a game, sometimes I choose the game, sometimes my community choose the game. And with the community, there's a voting poll up in the announcements of my Discord server where you vote for the game that you want, and the game that wins the poll gets played, right? If there's a tiebreaker, I do another separate poll to see which wins the tiebreaker, and if that ties, I basically just spin a wheel and whatever it lands on I play, right? That's how it works. Sometimes I pick it, sometimes the community pick it. Now, people moaning about the games has happened when communities have picked them and when I've picked them. Now, I just want to say this, all right? I need to cater to everyone in my community, so I'm sincerely sorry if it's not the game that you want. I understand that it's not what you want streamed this week. I'm sorry about that. But I can't always stream what you want me to stream. I'm not superhuman. I can't afford 4 Switches like certain people can. I can't stream 4 games at once. I've only got 1 Switch and there's only one of me, so I can only stream one thing. As he holds up 2 fingers. So just bear that in mind. Only one thing I can stream. So let's not go into the vent channel and start moaning about the fact that, oh, it's a Smash stream again. We have Smash every week. Okay, fine. But it's still going on the voting poll. It's still a game that I play. So people need to understand, I am a Smash content creator. I stream Smash Ultimate during the week. I predominantly play Smash. That is my main game. That is my go-to game on the channel. Yeah? People need to understand that. And yes, I did understand that Smash was on the voting poll a lot, so I took 2 of them off. Now, all you're left with on the voting poll is Smash 2v2s, right? And Smash Quick Play with face cam on, which is something that I do. That's 2 options out of a potential 15. So, there's 2 Mario Party games on the voting poll. No one complains about that though, do they? There's 2 Legend of Zelda games on the poll. No one moans about that. So, and just if we ever complain about something of mine that's stream related, a certain game that I'm playing, how many people or how many content creators do you know how many content creators or how many people do you know that are under 1,000 subscribers that stream 3 days a week? How many do you know? Except myself. There's not fucking many, I'll tell you that much, right? So let's be grateful that you even get streams on Sunday. Because what I could do is, if I couldn't stream on Sunday, I could just say, yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to stream on Sunday. These guys can wait. Or what I do is, if I'm busy on the Sunday, I'll do the TSS on a Saturday or a Friday if I've got no weekends available. So you still get a stream every week. So remember, appreciate what you're given, not what you can't have. Because I could easily stop doing TSS for good if this keeps on happening. And I was tempted to do that because the amount of problems and the arguing that I kept getting over people constantly moaning that it's not Roblox, it's not Minecraft, it's not Mario Party. Yeah, sorry about that, but it's not this week. And besides, when you're moaning about the game that's being chosen on the voting poll, how is that my fault? You guys picked it. It's a community vote. I can't even vote on the voting poll. The voting poll doesn't even let me vote on it. I can create it. I don't have the option to vote. So I can't even choose the game that I want to stream anyway. That's all you guys. When I pick a game, I try and pick a game that I have not done in a while. That's what I do. I pick a game that I've not done in a while, right? So if the TSS is not your cup of tea, then I'm really sorry about that. But like I said, I cannot cater to every single person in my Discord server. There is going to be a game that you do not want, but we don't need to start throwing a hissy fit about it. We really don't. It's so unnecessary. Because if you're patient with it and you say to me, oh, L-Blade, I really wanted Roblox this week, I'll say, no worries, we can do it next week. If you complain and moan about it, I'll just postpone it even longer. If you're diplomatic about it and say, oh, L-Blade, not to be rude, but can we do this game next week because we haven't done it in a while? I'll be like, yeah, okay, sure, man, of course. That's all it takes. A bit of common courtesy and a bit of human decency, right? If there's a situation where I genuinely can't stream a game, for whatever reason, maybe it's failed to download or maybe it's, not working in a certain way or something, then I'll go for a backup option. But most of the time it works anyway, so it's fine. But let's stop complaining about the streams that are being done. Because you guys are lucky that you get 3 streams a week. Sunday, Tuesday and Friday. I stream. And I've done that every single day since 2023. Let that sink in. Since the summer of 2023 up until now, I have done a TSS every week. And yet I still get people on here. That's a year and a half, by the way. And yet I still get people on here telling me that they're not happy. Like I said, be grateful for what you've got. And besides, even if it's a game, but, and what annoys me about this in particular is, you get someone who wants me to stream a game, let's just say it's Minecraft, right? They're really ecstatic about it. Then when Minecraft comes around on the Sunday, they're not even there anyway. So, hold on, you wanted me to stream a game that you can't even attend anyway? Then what the fuck's the point? Genuinely, what the fuck is the point? If you can't make it there, why are you complaining about it in the last week? Oh, I can't play in the stream today. Why did you stream today? You wanted me to. And besides, even if you can't play, doesn't mean you can't be there. I've got certain community members that come to my Smash stream that just sit in the chat and talk to people. You can do that. There's no rule saying you can't do that. If you genuinely want to sit in the chat and talk to people and watch the streams, you can do that. That's an alternative. You guys have also got an AFK chat 24/7, which you can talk in any point of the day on my channel. 24/7 AFK chat, which you can spend all day talking in if you want to. It's always active. So use it. Talk to your friends in there. Anything. But don't complain about what's being streamed, because it doesn't help. Stop complaining about the win streaks on my channel. I understand. Don't losers are a concept which I made on my YouTube channel in June 2023. There are 1v1 don't losers and 2v2 don't losers. For anyone that doesn't know what a don't lose is, by the way, let me properly explain it to you so that you're aware. A don't lose is essentially a win streak which you can get on Smash, that if you win for more than 30 minutes in a stream of mine or anyone else's, then you can get a clip on my channel of you winning for that period of time. The only issue, the only thing is, if you win for a certain period of time on somebody else's channel, I have to get permission to use their footage. If I don't get permission, then I can't use the win streak, okay? But if it's on my stream, that's fine, right? We need to stop complaining about the fact that there's Don't Losers on this channel. Now, I get the content is flooded with Don't Losers at the moment. There's a lot of them and it's boring people. I understand that. I get that completely, right? But ultimately, would you complain if it was you that had a Don't Lose? No, you wouldn't, would you? This is the comment section, by the way, of one of the most recent Don't Losers uploaded on my channel. We don't need this. Yeah, we do not need this. If you don't want to watch a video, fine. That's completely fine. No one's asking you to watch it. But do not then go into the comments of that video, spam shit, saying that you're going to leave a dislike. I might fall asleep watching this. Don't watch it. I understand it's long, and half of the time, people probably don't watch the whole thing anyways. But still, it's that person's or those people's moments of glory. You know, they worked hard to obtain that win streak. So, show respect to that person and say, congratulations for getting that, well done. And people say that there's no variety on the channel anymore. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. There was a Roblox stream literally last Sunday. Right? The stream before that, there was a Minecraft stream. The variety is still there. I even upload clips from some streams sometimes on my channel. You know, there's still variety on the channel. I feel like we're just taking random and unnecessary digs here for no reason. There is still plenty of variety on the channel. And I understand that people are doing what they think is best for me. They think that because there's so many Don't Losers being obtained at the moment and so many of them are getting uploaded, that it can be a bit daunting and there can be a lot of the same thing and it's getting competitive. I completely get that. But there is variety on the channel and you can't say there's not. You know, if you want more variety on the channel, one of you DM me, hit me up, we'll record a game together. You know, we'll record some Fall Guys, some Minecraft, some Roblox, anything. You know, hit me up and let me know so that I can record something different. Or if you want to record something with me, then let me know. That can be more variety on the channel. There is going to be more variety coming onto this channel, by the way. So don't worry about that. There was already variety. There's going to be more of it. But yeah, don't go into Don't Lose comment sections and start spamming things about people saying, who wants to watch this? This is boring, blah, 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 blah. Because if it was you that had got that with that character, you'd think, oh, what an arsehole. You know, it's completely unneeded. You just don't need to do it. We don't need to go into the comment sections of videos and start ridiculing shit. We don't need to do that. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. Don't even leave a comment in the first place. You're allowed... I'm not saying that you're not allowed to not like something. Not at all. If you don't like it, that's completely fine. But that doesn't mean that you get the right to tell me what I can and can't upload. It's my channel. I upload what the fuck I want to upload. Because the two people in question that got this 2 hour, 15-minute Don't Lose worked really hard to get it. And I've actually inspired one of them to make Don't Loses on their own channel. So there are benefits to doing them. There are benefits. We need to stop seeing the negative side of absolutely everything and start to realise that, yes, actually, maybe they are just for a bit of fun. Maybe people are just doing this for a laugh. And I get some of them are long. I've got one that's over 3 hours from one person, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I understand that they're long. But ultimately, no one is forcing you to watch them. No one's putting a gun to your head saying, watch this, don't lose, are they? They're just moments on the channel for people to look back on. That's all they are. They're just people winning they're people winning games consistently for a long period of time on Smash. That's it. That's all it is. I don't understand what the controversy is. Because I really liked this idea when it first came into play. I thought it was a really cool idea. But now people are just moaning about it. So stop moaning about it. It's still going to continue. And I'm sorry if that's not what you want. But yeah, there will be more variety on the channel to back it. So don't worry about that. Next point, back to the Discord topic at hand. Dismantle the Civil War friendship groups. There are a lot of close-knit groups within one big group that are causing people to feel uncomfortable. You've got specific people that are staying up till 1, 2 a.m. in VCs playing games. Now, like I said, you can do what the fuck you like, yeah? You can do what the fuck you like in my server, providing it's not affecting the well-being of somebody else, right? If it's affecting the well-being of somebody else, that's when the issues occur, right? For some reason, there have been little groups in my Discord server that have formed friends. Like there's a group of 4 that are friends, and there's a group of 3 that are friends. There's another group of 3 that are friends. And when somebody from one group is arguing with somebody from another group, it creates a sort of civil war argument, which is completely unneeded. We're all friends here, right? But because your close-knit buddies are arguing with one another, you feel the need to argue with each other and create like a mini group argument. Again, not needed, right? There needs to be... now, I'm not saying that you can't form friendship groups within the Discord server. Of course you can. People do that all the time, right? But there needs to be somebody within those groups that takes leadership and initiative when things start going wrong. If there are 2 groups of people that are arguing, instead of trying to join in with the argument or, you know, create even more controversy, one of you be the bigger person and step up and say, all right, you guys stop, let's just stop doing this. We're not getting anywhere with it. We're both trying to get each other worked up. We're both trying to make each other upset. It's not working. You guys stick with what you're doing. You guys stick with what you're doing, and we'll just leave it at that. That's all you need to do. None of this constant bullshit of arguing about, oh no, we're playing this right now. You'll have to wait. No, you'll have to wait. We're playing this. Come to a treaty. Play your game for 30 minutes. Play their game for 30 minutes. That keeps both parties happy. There is always a solution to problems. You've just got to be able to find the solution for that to work. When I say dismantle the civil groups, I don't mean as in like dismantle your friend groups. I mean stop the arguing between 2 specific friend groups, because ultimately everyone in the server is friends with one another, right? But it's just their close-knit friends that are arguing with one another over silly things that aren't needed, over games, over, you know, just over random shit that's just completely uncalled for. You know, it's not needed, it's completely uncalled for, and it's just a waste of time. You know, I've had it before where I've had to step in and stop 2 groups of people from arguing. There was literally a 3-way argument going on between one member and another member, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Groups of 3, 2 groups of 3, and each person from each group was arguing with another individual. That's how bad it got, to the point I had to step in. I had to diffuse an argument between 6 people on my own. Now, if you're going to have friendship groups, that's completely fine, as I said, but you need someone who's going to take leadership when things start getting out of hand. You're going to need someone in that friendship group who's going to take initiative and say, yes, you stop and you stop. We're not getting anywhere with this. Yeah? Because, like I said, people are going to bicker, they're going to quarrel, they're going to argue. But it's how you deal with those arguments that are the real thing. Because either one, you keep arguing and make things worse again, and then that's how the toxicity leads, and then we're all back to square one again. Or 2, you step in, but in a mature and respectful way, understand where both points of view are coming from, diffuse the situation, et voila, things are back to normal again. That's all you need to do. Because, like I said, we are trying to make the Blade Hub a non-toxic place. We cannot do that if there is consistent arguing. And that's all I'm saying. If there's consistent arguing, you can't do it. So it's important that we, as a community, make sure that this sort of thing doesn't keep happening. And like I said, you can have friendship groups, but that doesn't mean you have to exclude other people from what you're doing. Again, that's like fucking secondary school bullying, for fuck's sake. Oh no, he can't play football with us because he's not part of our friend group. It's just bullshit. Involve everybody. You know, get everyone involved. We're a community. That's the whole point. We're supposed to liven people up. We're supposed to want to get people to play with us. When I first made the server, I got a specific person to help me set up the Colbot roles, and I thank him for that, and I told him thank you for that. And those roles are to signify people when they want to play. Like, there's a Smash Ultimate role. What you do is, with that role, you go into the Smash Ultimate chat, you ping the Smash Ultimate role, and everyone that's chosen that role obviously likes the game, and if they want to play, they'll say, yeah, I can play for a bit. That's how it works. We're not isolating people from doing stuff because we don't want to include them because we're playing with our mates. That's not how it works. We're not going to start fucking discriminating people and excluding people from doing shit because, again, that is not the purpose. And because, again, that's not what we do around here. I don't want that sort of community. I want a community where everyone gets involved with one another. I want to know how many of you in my server have actually read the rules channel in my server. Be honest, how many of you have actually read it? Just be 100% honest here. How many of you have genuinely read the rules in my server? I can guarantee not many of you. I can guarantee not many of you have read it. So it's so important that we stick by those rules. And like I said, I'm not trying to guilt trip you guys. I'm trying to gaslight you guys. I take blame for some of this shit as well. Yeah, I have done this before as well. I have argued with people. I have done shit that I shouldn't have done. But we all make mistakes, yeah? And I want you guys to understand, this isn't me trying to accuse you of doing all of this stuff. I'm just trying to find a middle ground and reason with you all because I want to stop this. That's all. I want to stop this from happening. So yeah, if you've got any civil groups, so if you've got any like civil friendship groups, if you've got any friendship groups within the Discord server, stop creating these little civil war arguments because it's not needed. Next point is to stop complaining about problems that cannot be solved, right? There are certain situations in which I've not been able to stream something on a specific day because I'm doing something on the weekend, whether I'm going out with my family, whether I'm getting prepared to go on holiday, whether I'm taking my siblings somewhere. It doesn't matter, yeah? Anything, right? The point being is that ultimately I cannot stream that day, yeah? And I've made that very clear. So tell me why then I get people saying to me, oh, Elblade, why have you not streamed that day? I can't do tomorrow. Okay, you run a YouTube channel then. You start doing your own streaming content then. And then what I'll do is I'll complain and bitch and whine when you can't do it a certain day. See how you like it. And again, if you know this isn't you, then don't worry about it. But I'm talking to the people that know what they're doing here. Yeah? I'm sorry, but I can't. It's like I mentioned earlier. I've mentioned many times throughout this video. I physically cannot do everything on my own. Like, I just physically cannot. It's physically impossible for me to do everything to the privilege of somebody else. Like, if I can't, like, today was supposed, because today's a Tuesday, right? Today was supposed to be the Smash Doubles, but they were yesterday because I'm out all of this evening. I'm not back until about 10 o'clock, right? But nobody complained about that. In fact, they were all really appreciative about that, which is good because all the people that actually were at the stream yesterday weren't those sort of people that moaned about that sort of thing. But, you know, there's going to be some days when I can't physically do shit. And that doesn't mean that I don't care. That just means that I can't do that certain day. Besides, I'm rearranging the day. It's not like I've just cancelled the entire fucking stream for that week. I'm just changing the days around. That's all. Like, the 1v1s are still on Friday this week. You know? And besides, we as a community came together and said that it was better for me to stream on a Friday on 1v1s than a Thursday because Friday more people are active in the evenings because it's Friday night. And again, and that shows that the community can be, you know, smart and intellectual and actually think about things logically when they want to. But half the time they just choose not to. So, like I said, I'm sincerely sorry that I cannot stream in a certain day. That does not mean I don't care. That does not mean that I don't care about your plans. It just simply means I am too preoccupied or too busy doing something else that day, so I cannot do it this day. That's it. It's getting rearranged at some other point in the week. And if you can't be there, then I'm really sorry. Come to the 1v1s on Friday then. You know, there's still a backup plan. It's not like you haven't got a choice. Yeah. If you can't make one stream, you can come to another. Because we've all got plans. Yeah. I'm not expecting all of my viewers to be at my streams 100% of the time, because that's virtually impossible, yeah? People have lives to live, and I completely get that. I'm not saying that you have to be there all the time. But if you're complaining that I'm streaming on a certain day and you can't be there, you can't solve that problem. So what's the point? Besides, you're going to be busy this day anyway. You're going to forget about the fucking stream when you're 30 minutes into what you're doing that evening. The problem can't be solved, so let's not dwell on it. Let's not worry about it. We need to stop worrying about problems that cannot be solved. Like I said, I'm always open to giving suggestions, to giving advice, to helping people. But predominantly, I can only do what I can. Like I said, I'm not superhuman. I can only do what I can at specific points in the day. And that is just a fact. And I'm sorry, like I said, if you can't tolerate that. But that's just the way it is. I can't physically, like, you guys have got plans. I never complain about your plans. So don't complain about mine, because that isn't fair, is it? Come on. You know, I get certain people saying, oh, I'm out with my friend tonight. I really wanted to come, but I can't. I'm doing stuff to this evening. I can't be. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. We'll see you when we see you again. But then I get, and those are the people that I don't mind, because they're actually nice about it. But then I get the people that say, oh, Hellblade, you never stream on this day. You always stream on the days that you can do, because it's convenient for me. I'm sorry if it's not convenient for you. But, you know, I can't, like, I hardly ever, like, I never stream. Like, for instance, I never stream on a Wednesday evening, because every Wednesday evening I'm at my sister's ballet class. Yeah. And the only times that I can stream on a Wednesday is if, one, she's on a massive break and she's not doing it, or two, I'm just not there so I can stream. But every Wednesday evening, I physically cannot be present, because I'm at my sister's ballet class helping her and supervising her while she goes there, and I take her back home at about 9 p.m. or 10 o'clock. Now, unless you want to stream at 10 p.m, then be my guest. But nobody wants that. Stop complaining about things that cannot be solved, because it's pointless, isn't it? Come on. It's so important that as a community in the future, we start speaking constructively and not aggressively. Now, let me break this down for you. Speaking constructively is sort of similar to giving constructive criticism. When someone says speak constructively, what they mean is speak in a way that is diplomatic and solves and gets to the point of the situation fairly fast. Yeah, rather than speaking aggressively and then assertive and then speaking aggressively, which is where you're more assertive and showing a more dominant manner in order to get the person to back down. That never works. Trust me, that never works. Speaking constructively is the best thing you can do. If you want to critique somebody, tell them in a constructive way in which they can improve. Do not sit there and, you know, shout angrily at them and things like, you know what you're fucking doing? You don't need to be doing that shit. Think about it. No, don't do that. Say it in a way, okay, so you've got some bad rolling habits when you come off the ledge. What I can advise you to do is mix up your approach, reach a platform, jump from the platform, just get up, use a get up attack, even jump yourself off of the ledge again and then push them away to stop yourself being edge guarded. See, how hard was that? How fucking difficult was that to be constructive in giving criticism, not aggressive in giving criticism? None of this, oh, why'd you always roll off the ledge? You're so shit, you're a crap teammate. That don't help. And again, it's the sort of thing like where people team switch in order to ruin people's like win streaks and all that sort of stuff. Like, let's just say you got two people teaming and then you get another person who makes it a 3v1. Like, that ruins the entirety of what those people have worked for. Like, they were halfway through that and you've just fucked it up for them. You know, like, speak constructively. I know people don't like team switching, but ultimately, you can't make that decision. Sometimes you have to deal with things you don't like. That's all part of learning. That's all part of constructive learning. If there's somebody in my arenas that are team switching or that are dominating for a long time, learn their characters and learn their matchups. Learn how they play. There is ways of beating everyone. Yeah? Nobody on this planet is impossible to beat in a fight. It's not impossible to beat people. Learn their strategies, learn their characters' movesets, learn how they play. You can beat them. The only reason why people complain about win streaks or don't loses or people kicking ass in my arena is because they're constantly getting their asses handed to them by those two people because they don't know how to deal with them. There is always a way to deal with them. You just don't know how to, and that's fine. But you don't need to complain in an aggressive way about those people. You guys are so shit. You're getting carried by your characters. You guys don't even know how to play this game. Your characters carry you. What does that solve? What does that solve? You should be saying to yourself every time you lose a fight, ah, shit, GG. Actually, let me think about this now. What can I do in that fight to improve myself? What can I do from that fight to actually make myself play better? Maybe I should stop trying to roll. Maybe I should stop rolling. Maybe I should use a more offensive approach. Maybe I should use more of my character's projectiles, anything. And by the way, I am massively guilty of doing this. You see the amount of times I rage at people on Smash, yeah? So again, if I call out a point, I take accountability for my own shit as well. Don't think I don't, yeah? I do this all the time. And I'm trying to work on stopping that, yeah? I'm trying to work on being respectful in every single fight that I do and that I play. But some characters I don't like and some characters piss me off. And yeah, that creates a form of toxicity, but it's a hard thing to get over. It's a hard thing to break out of. And it will take time. Of course it will. Everything takes time. Patience is the biggest virtue you can have. You've just got to be patient and wait. And things happen. If somebody gives you constructive criticism, you have to take it. It is the best thing for you. If you yourself know you're bad, why would you not take constructive criticism? You know, people aren't doing it for shits and giggles. They're doing it to try and help you. That's what they're doing. They're doing it to help you. So, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't go into a hissy fit. Don't start, screaming and shouting that you're fucking losing and no one's doing anything and you're all just lame and all that shit. Don't create an argument. Be constructive about your defeats, and you'll find that the more humble you are in defeat, the more people will respect you. Believe it or not, if you are humble in defeat, more people will respect you for it. I promise you that much. The moment you start complaining after you lose a game, people will start losing respect for you. Be humble in your defeat. Yes, I know there's hitboxes that are jammy. Some characters' iframes are bad. Sometimes there's input delay. We know. We can't do shit to solve it. There's no point going on about it. Speak constructively, not aggressively. There are ways of dealing with everything. You just need to be able to deal with them in an appropriate way. Because there are certain characters in my community that play really bad characters. You've got some people that play Little Mac, some people that play King DDD, some people that play Ganondorf. All of those characters are easily beatable and easily exploitable. But some of my community members don't know how to beat them. Then they get pissed off that they can't beat them. In fact, what you need to do is, if you're losing to somebody that's a bad character, speak to that person. Ask them, what do you think I need to do to improve? Because I can guarantee you, somebody in the live chat, if you ask them what you can do to improve, somebody will tell you that plays that character what you can do to improve. Because I've done it. I've done it myself. Yeah? I've done it. But like I said, there's going to be moments where we get like this. It doesn't mean that you're not a good person. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person at heart or you rage a lot of games. It just means we need to start speaking more constructively for ourselves and start taking people's advice rather than just brushing it off as them trying to take digs at you. Because that's not true at all, is it? And if you have made it this far into the video, thank you very much. I really do appreciate the fact that all of you have stayed to watch this far. This is the last point now before I do a little bit of a mini outro and then we call it a day. People need to stop taking personal attacks on others. This isn't really that common within my Discord server, but I thought I'd just mention it anyway, just in case people have been either a victim of it or have done it in the past and regret doing it. as a community, we accept all people, no matter your sexuality, no matter your race, no matter where you're from. Yeah, we accept all people. That is the sort of community we are. I don't want people taking personal attacks on someone if they're homosexual or if they're, you know, black or something like that. Because there was an incident where we had somebody use the F-bomb a lot. If you know what the F-bomb is, not the swear word F-bomb, but the F-bomb that's used as a derogatory term towards gay people. If you know what it is, that's fine. If you don't, then don't worry about it. But we had somebody in the server who was using that for a little bit, and they got banned. And then they came back, and one of my moderators banned them immediately upon their return, thankfully. I wasn't there at the time, I was at work. But we've had a lot of personal attacks. So I'm just saying, this is a quick thing, because I know not a lot of people do this, but we just need to stop taking personal attacks on people. Because, you know, it's a really, really horrible thing to do. There's a lot of people that are sensitive about or insecure about certain things. And if we're inciting them and calling them out for being like that, it's just not a nice thing to do. It's really not. Like, you get some people mocking certain people because of their age, or mocking certain people because they've got a child, or mocking someone because, you know, they're a furry, or they're gay, or, you know, they like eating plums. People have things that they like to do and that they're entitled to like. And as long as it is within the law, then we don't mind it. Yeah? We are opening to accepting all sorts of people. And I'm not going to lie, if you have a problem with people like that, you're just a bit of a loser. Like, come on, it's 2025 for fuck's sake, and we're still out here complaining about certain people's sexualities or the way they are. It's just sad. Let's move on now, yeah? Some people are different to others. It doesn't make a difference. We're all human. We all bleed the same. We all have the same sort of skin that protects our muscles. We've all got fucking hair on our body. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. We're all people. So we need to start accepting people for whom they are. Because that is the main thing that we need to do. It's the thing that we want to do, surely. Yeah? Like I said, we want to be an opening and welcoming community that invites everybody here, no matter their age. Listen, my nan is 78. If she wanted to join the Discord server and play some Smash, she's more than fucking welcome to. Like, I'm not too bothered about people's ages on Discord, as long as they are the appropriate age in the server. You know, and every single person in my server at the moment is allowed Discord. So that's okay. And all the channels that are forbidden for some people are forbidden for some people. It's running smoothly and it's running fine. The actual server structure is perfect. It's the people within it that are ruining it. So all I ask is that we all just get along and be happy. It doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter what colour clothes you like wearing, doesn't matter what colour your fucking bedroom is, what job you have, whatever. It does not matter. If you like playing games, if you have fun playing games, if you want to make friends, the Blade Hub is the place to be. I will link the Discord server in the description of this video, and I will also be linking people's channels in the description below for people that I want you to check out. So yeah, it's important that we grow this community and make it a better place, because that's what we all want, isn't it, at the end of the day? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I apologise that it is this long. If you have made it this far, I want you to comment "no more toxicity" in the comments, because I want you to know that you've made it this far, because I want to know how far you've actually made it into the video. If you have made it this far, I do appreciate it, and thank you for watching this. I know it was long, I know it was tedious. There were just some points that I had to get off of my chest, because I want this to be better, yeah? We all want this to be better. At the end of the day, you are all important. You are all a vital asset to this community, even though you may not think it. You know, I've had certain people that have been here from day one. I've had certain people that have been here for 6 months. I've had certain people that have been here for 2 days. You're all important. You are all part of the growing process of this Discord server, which is why I need you all to back us and be supportive in this hard time. Thank you all for watching. And remember, you're all important. It doesn't matter what you say or what you think, what you believe in. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Join the Discord. The link to it will be below. And yeah, basically, keep those blades high, warriors. and I will see you on Friday for the singles stream. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.